Illinois receives its long-awaited ticket to the bead dance. Another broadband grant award from New Mexico's Office of Broadband Access and Expansion. FCC opens the comment period on E-rate and even more spectrum for satellite direct-to-device cellular service now on the market. Those stories and more on This Week in the Broadband Universe. Welcome, everyone. I'm Craig Corbin. It's been the better part of 5 years since BEAD, the Broadband Equity Access and Deployment Program, came into being and joined the lexicon of ubiquitous communications acronyms. And now, finally, at long last, all 56 states and territories have received approval from NTIA on final proposals for BEAD. Congratulations to Illinois, number 56, to cross the finish line. Now let's see if we can get some grants out the door and shovels into the ground. Laguna Pueblo has been awarded a $100,000 grant by OBI, the New Mexico Office of Broadband Access and Expansion. Laguna Pueblo plans to use the grant in its effort to achieve eligible telecommunications carrier status, which would allow the tribal community to offer discounts on broadband service. The award was made through OBI's Grant Writing, Engineering, and Planning program. Laguna Pueblo recently launched a $26 million fiber expansion project that is expected to bring connectivity to more than 1,400 locations. Spectrum has announced plans to offer lower-income internet subscribers free Amazon Prime as part of their broadband plan. Existing and new customers who qualify for Spectrum Internet Assist will be eligible to receive Prime membership valued at $139 per year. AST Space Mobile and SpaceX expected to make bids on 800 megahertz spectrum licenses that could be used for direct-to-device phone service from satellites. The licenses are controlled by tech and communications investment firm Grain Management following a spectrum swap with T-Mobile earlier this month that involved a set of 600 megahertz licenses and $2.9 billion in cash. The FCC has set a November 5th deadline for completion of the bidding process. Elsewhere, the Federal Communications Commission has opened a comment period on E-rate, the program which for years has provided internet access funding to eligible schools and libraries, currently at about $2.5 billion annually. There's widespread concern about the possibility of reduced funding for E-rate. The program, also a target of a legal action taken by nonprofit group Consumers Research, which is challenging 2 of the 4 programs under the Universal Service Fund, E-rate and the Rural Health Care Program. Coming in the next couple of weeks, big changes to TV packages offered by Spectrum Charter Communications, notifying the New York State Department of Public Service earlier this month of comprehensive renaming. Among the changes, Spectrum TV Select will now be called Spectrum Stream TV, Spectrum TV Platinum, rebranded as Spectrum TV VIP. Top to bottom renaming is seen as a shift away from traditional cable TV to streaming in a move to compete with streaming and popular streaming platforms such as YouTube TV. Simultaneously, Spectrum is consolidating and rebranding a number of its local news channels. Price hikes coming to the subscribers of the Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus bundle effective September 17th. The package will jump $3 to $27.99 per month. Free ad-supported television, or FAST channels, continue to see sports programming as constant growth sector. Sports program titles jumping 31.2%, with individual games and events distributed across FAST channels up 37.5%. That according to Grace Notes Q3 2026 Data Hub analysis. The overall number of FAST channels classified as sports up nearly 14% since last year. That's a total of 264 sports channels. Perhaps it's no surprise, but YouTube drawing more viewership than live TV. The Attention Economy report by Attest revealing that 90% of Americans access YouTube on a typical weekday, as compared to 79% for streaming and 73% for live TV. Americans spend on average 3 hours, 54 minutes every day on YouTube, TikTok, and social video. 3 hours 20 minutes with live television and streaming services. And the FCC this week will no longer require public access television stations to register with the Commission or provide reports on compliance with closed captioning requirements. The move impacts producers of public, educational, and government programming on local cable TV systems. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on This Week in the Broadband Universe.